Joining us this morning is Pentagon spokesman Jeff Morrell. Good to have you with us this morning, sir. Do you know at this point who's responsible for this leak?
We do not. We have a very robust investigation that's underway to try to determine who's responsible for breaking the law here and leaking this classified information that could endanger the lives of our forces and imperil our nation's security. But at this point, we're in the early stages of that. Our focus really, frankly, right now is to try to determine if there is anything in these 90,000 pages of documents that could indeed endanger our forces. We got a team doing that round the clock. This was dumped on us like it was dumped on you all Sunday night. It would have been nice had this organization had the decency to come to us and work with us to try to figure out if there's anything in here that could endanger our forces. But we were not given that luxury. And
there is more to come, as we've been told, some 15,000 additional documents. How many people have access to this type of information?
Yeah, we're not going to get into sort of the scope of what was involved here in terms of the databases that may have been breached. Suffice it to say,
so is it
this information is classified
for
a reason, Erica. This involves secrets that should not be disseminated into the public domain and could potentially endanger our operations and our forces in Afghanistan.
There is understandably some concern, as you have mentioned a couple of times here, over the troops on the ground and how this could affect them. There's also some concern as to going forward about all the relationships that are there in the region. President Karzai coming out with this response, quote, "The recent documents leaked out to the media clearly support and verify that success over terrorism does not come with fighting in Afghan villages, but by targeting its sanctuaries and financial and ideological sources across the borders." It seems to allude to Pakistan and some support to the Taliban there. Is there any way to be sure that the billions of dollars in U.S. aid being sent to Pakistan is not being used to support terrorists?
Well, Erica, I think that this shows that this information, though new and unprecedented in the scope and the sheer size of this leak, the information itself, the substance, the content of these documents is not particularly new or illuminating. It points to issues that we've identified as being problem areas for months, if not years. The under-resourcing of this conflict, the president has now tripled our number of forces there. The fact that civilian casualties has been a problem which we've been trying to deal with. U.S.-caused civilian casualties down by a third this year. Taliban casualties, civilian casualties, nearly doubled this year, and the Pakistani partnership that is so vital to our success in Afghanistan is one that has been trending in the right direction for months, if not a couple of years now. So the most recent of these documents, Erica, is at least 6 months old by now, and that is clearly out of step with where this relationship is and has been heading for some time now.
So you're saying it's trending, obviously, to a better place, but is there any way to know whether or not U.S. money being sent to Pakistan as aid money is in fact supporting terrorists who could be endangering U.S. troops?
Well, we have as many controls as we can have on our aid to Pakistan. The Kerry-Lugar Berman Amendment provides $1.5 billion a year over the next 5 years. But remember, this is a sovereign country who we are partnering with in the war on terror. We are working with them together to go after the terrorists in their midst who not only threaten their government and our forces in Afghanistan, but our well-being here stateside as well as our allies around the world.
Jeff Morrell joining us from the Pentagon this morning. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.